I have zero problems with what the Oilers did this offseason.
Breaking news: Raphael Lavoie back on waivers.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get Raphael Lavoie back, and so here's the interesting part about Raphael Lavoie now. We'll get clarification from Hart Levine from Buckpedia, but
can't afford him.
I believe if the Oilers are the only team to put a claim on him, they can send him down to Bakersfield.
I think that is right because do you remember that one guy? Toronto did this, didn't they?
Yeah. Adam Brooks.
Adam Brody, don't get mistaken. But yeah, Lavoie would be nice to get back. And Bob Stauffer, I saw some tweets about this yesterday. So
we always credit Bob whenever we can because we love him.
Although he did take his noon slot.
Friendly competition, right, Bob?
He said yesterday that the Vegas Golden Knights didn't actually, they wanted both, but weren't expecting to get both Lavoie and Schmidt. So they didn't have enough roster spaces to keep both and had to send one down anyway.
It's kind of like the age-old problem of asking two girls to the prom and they both say yes.
Yeah. It's
rarely ever ends in a three-way.
The goal was less horny.
How do we keep coming to the Cole Schmidt segment? This happens. Also,
we're so back.
It feels good to be back, boys.
I just want to call out Elliot Friedman for something that is quite frankly disastrous. Atrocious.
Okay, where are we going? I don't know what we're talking about.
Stop putting VCR when you're talking about the Vancouver Canucks.
But he does this on purpose.
They are the VAN, Van.
Vicar.
When he put VCR, I thought he was talking about Vegas the other day, just at a glance. It doesn't make sense. It's dumb.
Vegas is LV.
And that is fine. Although it should just be, I don't know what it should be. LV seems normal, but
yeah.
LVG, I guess. I don't know. But that seems silly. Also, he put himself
on. It's not a real team. That's VCR.
Why? Elliot Friedman, Sportsnet Vancouver.
So the point of this is that Raph Lavoie could very well be back in the Oilers organization by this time tomorrow.
I hope so.
And considering where Vegas would be on the waiver priority and how many bottom feeder teams would have passed on Lavoie the first time around, I actually would say the odds are pretty good that Raph Lavoie is back in the Oilers organization.
So here's a question. When they go on waivers, obviously when the season starts, the waivers change based off standings. And I know we said it the other day, it is based off last season currently. But since there's games already happened in games today, does that mean Buffalo is the number one and like the Devils are 32? You know what I mean? Because the games all played, does that not kick into like a certain point?
No, I think it's I think the waiver priority stays similar for a certain amount of time.
Gotcha.
Ask Hart. Maybe he'd know.
Yeah, we're really racking up the questions for our boy Hart Levine. Oilers are expected to sign Travis Dermott to a two-way contract once the season begins. They also yesterday signed Cameron Wright to an NHL contract. You heard it here first. What did we say yesterday on the show? Let's rewind.
I feel like we already did. We already talked about Lavoie and waivers.
Yeah, we did. But yesterday we said Cameron Wright's a guy who's going to get an NHL contract at some point. And sure as shit, Cameron Wright got an NHL contract.
Yeah, good for him. He's I know Bruce Kurlock is high on him, and I think he came out of the University of Denver, if I'm not mistaken. He was an NCAA signing that the Oilers got. Denver featuring Bowling Green. Done well. Credit to him. 64 games in the ECHL when he came out of Denver.
Crazy.
It's 29 goals, made his way through. 12 goals last season in Bakersfield. Good for him.
California Oilers fan is in. Why would Vegas claim then waive? We just explained it, but we'll say it again. Vegas did not think they were going to get both Lavoie and Schwint. They wanted one of them. They can't afford both of them. They are picking Schwint over Lavoie and putting Lavoie back on waivers. So
you know what is extremely interesting about this? And let me just double check on Schwint. So Schwint is also a right shot, similar to Lavoie.
Mm-hmm.
Only difference really in the kind of outside of stats is Lavoie is 1 year older than him.
Yeah.
Schwint is an April baby.
Beanie, it's until November 1st for waiver order. Then the standings start to impact it.
Thank you, Beanie. Schmidt only scored 14 goals in the American League last season. Still good number.
Lavoie scored 25?
28.
28.
Doubled him.
Wow.
And
Mamma
the
mia.
Vegas Golden Knights didn't want to keep him. Now, I'm a fan of Lavoie,
Me too.
but it's just another example of like, we do overestimate these guys as well.
Mhm. We do.
And yeah, Neil, he's a center still.
It will be very funny after all the overreactions yesterday if Lavoie's just on the Condors tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. And
It would be weird if the Oilers don't put a claim in. Like, there's no way
Yeah.
they don't.
they have to.
It would make very little sense.
Yeah. They must, we kind of joked on the outside. We actually brought this up before the show,
Yeah.
doing prep. And
We do prep.
yeah, talking about how should the Oilers just send in like a 7th round pick just to get him back? But also the Oilers must feel very confident again. If, like you said, if it made it all the way to Vegas in the standings, that they can probably just get him back.
Yeah. The Oilers are getting him back. He would auto clear if the Oilers put a claim in, right? From mistaken Mexican. Can they claim him from Brian? So I believe the way it works, and we'll get clarification from our pal Hart later. If they're the only team that puts a claim in, they can put him down in Bakersfield. What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.